co-founders. And we are here to present a product that's going to revolutionize the way we look at analytics for TV. Let's take a look at the founding team. I'm Devbrat. I've done a startup before, and I've worked for some of the big companies and some other startups. Saurabh is our main design guy. He interned with Microsoft and then worked with Microsoft later. And I worked with him at Niveo for about a year. And then there's Debayan, who worked with Google on the OCR project, Tesseract, which is quite famous, some of you might know. And he worked for me at Niveo. And well, basically all of us met at Niveo, and then we started figuring out what to do next, and we started this company. Before I go ahead and delve into the product, I would like to give you a preview of, or rather a retroactive view of what the product does. It's a few seconds of an IPL match footage, and you will see what the product is all about. So as you can see, the video plays, and we figure out if a logo appears in the video, and we count the number of frames for which the logo was present in the video. Now, this is a very old rendition. I think this happened in March. That's when we rendered this video using our software. One of the most amazing things is something that you will see right about now. Mahendra Singh Dhoni's T-shirt has AirCell. You saw that. So it's a pretty unique piece of technology that that can detect and analyze logos inside videos. Now, why exactly are we doing this? As you saw, there were logos all around, right? And brands pay for these logos. They have to pay a lot of money to sponsor, sponsorship agents and stuff like that to be able to put their logos over there. And here's the truth about the sponsorship spending. Sponsorship monies have been criminally unaccounted. This was told by TAM. Now, those of you who know TAM is the only agency in India that does analytics for TV. Now, if TAM is saying this, there must be some truth in it, right? So we dug out and tried to figure out why is it unaccounted for. So it's manual. Somebody has to look at the entire feed and kind of keep noting down where did the logo appear, at what instance, and stuff like that. And of course, it's non-scientific. I mean, if somebody's doing it manually. So in a sense, it's basically ineffective. There is no sure shot way of measuring it. So some people tried to solve it. There's a company that works in the same space. I would not like to take a name here because we are talking to some of our customers, and they have specifically asked us not to reveal the name. What they sell is a hardware and software package together. So the company who wants to analyze videos, they have to buy the whole bunch together. And somebody has to specifically go ahead and tag logos inside the video so that the software starts recognizing those logos. And they basically process videos in sequence. And if they want to process more videos, they buy more hardware and more software. It's broken. Why? It's expensive. You keep buying machines, keep buying software every time you have to process videos. It ties you down to a particular vendor because you've bought hardware. And in the end, it's too effing complicated. It's not easy to use. So let's fix it. We are happy to announce today, in this conference, we're launching Gaze Metrics. And this is how Gaze Metric works. So this is, again, just to give you a little bit of background, my laptop crashed yesterday. This is not the original video I had recorded, but this is the best we can do for now. So this is how somebody logs into the dashboard. And on the history screen, they can see all the past videos they've already processed. So to process a new video, they have to train the engine so as to tell it what kind of logos to look for. In this particular demo, what we did was we used Coca-Cola. So simply type in the logo name and choose a logo that you want to look for. And this is a standard logo, not extracted from the video, just any logo that you can find on the internet. Okay, now the engine knows how to identify Coca-Cola. And now we go ahead and schedule a video task. Give the task a name so that you can remember it. In this particular demo, what we're doing is we are giving a YouTube URL. We support up to 10 different video websites, and we're in the works with several vendors for getting TV feeds live. So now the task has been scheduled, and it's processing. You can actually go ahead in this history tab and see the task is processing. Now let's go back, and as the green bar progresses, you can see score. Score is basically a value that indicates how many times was the logo spotted in the video. And since this was running on my local machine, it was a bit slow. It's much faster when it's running on the servers. And number of occurrences is not the only interesting stat, right? So once the processing is finished, you can go ahead and click on that particular logo and see all the instances inside the video where the logo appeared. Not only that, you can see exact timestamps from when to when did the logo appear, how much was the overall visibility factor for that logo in those frames. Now, overall visibility is a factor of the size of the logo and occlusion of the logo. I mean, whether it was tilted, rotated, and stuff like that. So, and you can see the entire video. This was I think about a 2-minute video that just got analyzed. You can examine individual frames, and you can even run it almost like a movie. Just go through it using a slideshow feature. All right. So that's a kind of rough idea of what gaze metrics is, right? Obviously, this was recorded about a week back. We've made a lot of changes in the UI, made it much better. So, measure brand visibility on internet videos, on TV channels, and we are also planning to do social channels. If somebody shares pictures of your brand on Twitter and stuff like that, we can also automatically recognize that and let you know. Scientific and relevant data points, insanely simple to use, you just saw it, and works automatically. Behind the scenes, there is proprietary algorithms that we have developed, intuitive UI. It's cloud-based, so you don't have to install anything. We've used neural networks to understand some of the characteristics of logos. And there's a rich API, so all the UI that you saw, you can build all of that on your own if you use our APIs. We consume them ourselves. And here's how it compares to our competitor. You know, almost everything you see in their column is basically yesteryear. Pricing, I won't like to delve too much. Basically, what we do is we price it on a per request basis. And if you want to process faster, you pay a little more and you can do it. And here are the pricings. One interesting thing I would like to emphasize is the last row, which is cost per image. If you look at it, it's less than 1/10 of a cent for processing one image. Traction, we only started working on this 3 months ago, actually, and we started selling about three weeks ago to a close set of customers. We're in trial with TAM, TVIs, which is a US company. Sponsor Inside, it's a Norwegian company, and we have a couple of customers across Australia and Europe, which we are talking to. And there are hundreds more in pipeline. Eventually, we want to get to brands directly and talk to them directly instead of working just through the agencies. We are raising and we are also selling. So if you want to talk to us about the API or about the product directly, you can talk to us. Thank you.
So in the interest of time, we'll take this one question. He's overshot it, but we'll still take a question if anybody has.
Hi. As I see, you're just counting the exposures of the brand logo, and you're not really doing anything on the impact, which is very, very important when you're doing television. For example, you took this cricket ad thing. What if somebody's placed a car brand has placed a car over there, and that amounts to the same or greater visibility or impact? That's not getting counted over here.
Well, what we do is, okay, so in the video, you saw only one logo being tracked. But what we allow you to do is track n number of logos you want. So just case in point, TAM is actually processing IPL videos with us. And they have like about 50 odd logos. So there's a different logo for the same brand on the shoulder, the same brand on the helmet. There are different logos. So what they're doing is they are tracking all these logos and deriving, kind of comparative statistics. If a logo on the shoulder did better than the logo on the helmet, they want to know that. Right? So all of that is being computed and presented. All of that is not really visible in the UI because, as I said, this was a UI 1 week back, and we are evolving it constantly. About the data that we capture visibility, occlusion, clutter factor, as in if your logo was visible while other logos were visible, or was it exclusively visible? Was it human recognizable? And the other thing is, working with agencies like TAM allows us to combine the visibility and viewership together and present a statistics that's really, really relevant. So your logo was visible in 50% of the screen, and at that point in time, X number of people were watching the video.
So are you able to get it down to the common denominator of GRPs?
Yes, that's the intention behind going with TAM.